Sporcle Live Trivia. So let's get to it, how it goes, and how you join in. Oh my gosh, Peter, what is happening? I thought I already did this intro, so I'm flustered. I should have said that out loud. Hello, YouTube. It's Fern from Columbus. I think I just talked to an empty screen, but that's what I've been doing all week long, and now the camera's on, so I'm ready to go. I was so ready, I started early. Sporcle Live on air. You guys ready to play? We do this all the time, even though the schedule's changed a little bit. Oh, by the end of this episode, I'm going to tell you when and where you can find us on other nights of the week coming up next week. But if you come back here next week at this time on a Thursday, you're going to have to watch a rerun. All right, more on that later, but for right now, we focus on the here and now. It is Thursday at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, and all times in between and everywhere else. It's Sporcle Live time. We do this now on the Play Live website through Sporcle.com. Sporcle.com/PlayLive is how you're going to submit those answers. You don't know what the questions are yet, but you got to get ready to find out what they are by going to Sporcle.com/PlayLive, and then you got to enter code 2157. Deion Sanders, Heinz Ketchup. 2157 2157. I'm just hydrating because this takes a lot. Okay, I don't leave the house. I don't see the sunlight, so this is the most exhausting thing I do every week. So I gotta hydrate. We got Peter in my ears. We got Cassie behind the scoring site tonight. There's a team, even though you can't see them all. If you got a team, good luck to you. But there's some tough competition here today. I know we got the real Dilly Dilly coming back, and I know that because they told me that in the chat. I welcome you to say all these things in the chat throughout the whole evening. Let me know what's going on in your neck of the woods, how things are rolling, because I love interacting with that chat. So, of course, you're going to do that in between focusing on these questions. These questions, 10 of them is how we start. 10 questions, each worth a different amount of points. When you're really confident, go with a high amount of points. When you're not as confident, go with a low amount of points. Again, if you haven't played before, you got to think about the answer, but you also have to think about how many points you want to use. You can only use each point value once on our first 10 questions, so that's why you want to use the high ones when you're really confident and the low ones when you're not as confident. Type your answer, hit a point value, hit submit, then wait for Cassie behind the scenes to score that, and then we'll move on to the next question. After we get through those first 10, there's a mystery round. You don't have to think about the points on that one. We decide it for you, and you can earn up to 8. And then there's a final question that you can earn up to 20, although you could also lose 20. Flying Dutchman is in the house, by the way, team-wise. I happen to be a fan of the Flying Dutchman through his interaction with me in virtual trivia on Zoom. More on that later. Rox Hudson's always around, loving it. Todd Frazier says OH. I think that we're all supposed to say IO back. I'm positive so you can all say it. These are things in the chat. Again, talk to me on there, but mostly think about the answer to the questions first. Let's get to them. You ready? I'm going to ask you one question out of each of these categories before we get to that mystery round and final. Number 1, hosts. I think that's what I am. Is it about me? They're all about me. Number 2, elements. Number 3, senators. Number 4, DJs. Number 5, dolls. I told you they're all about me. Dolls. Number 6 is Disney television. Number 7, Zodiac. Killers. Number 8, cities. Number 9, money. And number 10, world leaders. Yes, one question for each of those. You let me know. Just let me know which category you're most excited about already, because it's just fun to share an excitement. But we're going to be about 1 minute for each of these questions. If you think that's too fast, well, then hit pause for a second. But no, just stay live with us, and it'll move quickly, and we'll have fun with it. Again, Sporcle.com/PlayLive. If you're just joining us, that code is on the screen, 2157. Type it in. Let's do this thing. I'm ready. I hope you're ready. Number 1 is host, and it goes like this. Oh, it's not about me. Fine. Tom Bergeron. Tom Bergeron has been the host of what ABC reality competition series since 2005? Name it. Tell us how many points you are confident-wise. If you're 100% confident, make it 10 points. If you're not as confident, make it somewhere in the middle. If you're just straight up guessing and you think you're wrong, I'd probably do my 1-pointer. But after you hit submit, you're good to go. I'm going to go check the chat, see if any other teams have told me they're here. Otherwise, put that clock up. Make this thing big. I don't want to talk during question 1. People are focused. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get that clock off my face. Let it shake somewhere else. Shake it like a stopwatch clock on YouTube. Sporcle Live on air. Tom Bergeron. That's what's on the screen. I'm going to tell you about the answer after I bring up a slide about something I'm so excited about. Advance that slide and you're going to see that our themed trivias on sporcle.com/virtual happen every night of the week. Now, there's ones on there, we call them all topics, which are general knowledge trivias, which, by the way, sporcle.com/virtual, go there. I host every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to hurt my ego if after this episode no one has gone to sign in. So do go to that one, but sporcle.com/virtual also has all the themes. The rest of the week has Rick and Morty, Olympics, Friends, 80s movies, 90s pop culture. I think 90s pop culture is going to be fun on Saturday. Board games, world geography. Oh, I'll be playing that one. I'm not even looking at the questions. I'm just going to play it. And then we do kids trivia every week. And this week on Sunday, it's Avengers. I'm going to talk more about these, but sporcle.com/virtual. Go. The answer to this one is a host of ABC's Dancing with the Stars. Did you get it? Are you off to a good start? Dancing with the Stars. I said that this question wasn't about me, but I've heard if I ever get enough viewers, there's an invitation waiting for me. So keep building up that YouTube following, Fern. That's what they said. And then you can be on Dancing with the Stars and hang out with Tom Bergeron. All right, question 2. Here we go. What gas is the most abundant element in the Earth's crust? What gas is the most abundant element in the Earth's crust? That's what you got. My chat question for this one: who's someone that needs to be on Dancing with the Stars that would just entertain us endlessly? I'm not going to stay on the screen the whole time during this one. You think about the gas, which is fun to think about gas. Meanwhile, in the chat, go ahead and tell me who should be on Dancing with the Stars. Peter, the voice in my ear, is the only guess that anybody gave for who should be on Dancing with the Stars. What do you think, Peter? He's telling me right now. Oh, he said he's in. So there you go. Maybe we can be partners with it. We've got all these gases here, and I'm going to tell you the answer right after I tell you to subscribe. There, I told you to do it. Why should you? Because of all these great things. I'll tell you even more about it later. But right now, I'm going straight to the answer. As soon as one of you hits subscribe. Oh, never mind. You don't even have to hit subscribe. It's Oxygen. Oxygen is the one. Look at this comic. It's so funny. The little O's are like, you should definitely come to the pool party. There's 2 hydrogens for every oxygen out there. Oh. Subscribe, by the way. Number 3. Ready? What United States Senator released the 2017 book, Guide to Political Revolution, and the 2010 book, The Speech on Corporate Greed and the Decline of Our Middle Class? I just read for you 2 book titles. I told you one of them was from 2017, one of them from 2010. A U.S. Senator released those books. You name that U.S. Senator. Good luck. How you doing? Man, that... Okay, the answer to this one is coming right after I tell you a thing. Peter reorganized things. He put all these in here. You're a little ad wizard, Peter, putting all these in here. Did you know we do special virtual events? We do. I'll do one for you if you want. Sporcle.com or sporclelive.com/events. Check them out. We can do these. We can do these, and we can see you. We can interact with you. So, friends, family, company, other things on this bulleted list. Let us host for you. Okay, are you ready for the answer? It was very hard for me to read the question without immediately going into my... The answer to this question is Bernie Sanders. How was that? That was pretty good, right? If you could somehow do your own Bernie Sanders impression in the chat, I would appreciate it. Although now I just made the chat political. No, leave it out. Forget about it. Go back to making gas jokes or something while we look at question 4. What is the stage name of DJ Christopher Comstock, who has hit the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 with songs featuring Selena Gomez, Anne Marie, and Bastille? DJ Christopher Comstock. That's what we got. Take a breather. You got this one. Do your Bernie Sanders impression while you're doing it, but don't write anything political in the chat. That's not the place for this. It's trivia, people. And get for me the name of this DJ. A little more than 45 seconds to do so. I'll leave you to it. Sarah has gone ahead with one of my prompts, which I always appreciate in the chat. Sarah has asked, why didn't anyone react when the king farted? And I'm going to leave it up for somebody else to guess that one. We've got a gas joke. Peter, what do you want me to talk about for the answer? This guy, I tell you, he's put all these things in here. Sporcle Party. Well, I don't mind talking about that. It's an app. It's new, and it's pretty. Eventually, we're not going to be able to say that it's new. So at that point, it won't be as cool. So make sure that you get it while it is still cool, and we can say that it's new. Now, you can be like, oh, I liked Sporcle Party back when it was new, before it was cool. It already is cool, though, so go figure on that one. I just have never read so many ads. I'm not a puppet. I'm not a puppet reader of ads. Oh, I have a puppet, though. Should I use a puppet to read the ads? Okay, Sporcle Party. Download it, especially if you like free things, you like fun things, and you like things that you can do on your own schedule with your friends. I like all those things, and this is all of those. You also like correct answers, and if you knew that DJ Christopher Comstock was Marshmallow, then there's another thing that you can like. Look at him with that thing on his head. Of course you didn't know his real name because you also don't know what his face looks like. He should be on Dancing with the Stars, an all-masked edition of Dancing with the Stars. Yep, you heard it here first. That's what it's going to take for me to get on there, is to get a really cool mask. Number 5, in the 1930s, the Ideal Toy and Novelty Company introduced a doll with the likeness of what child star? Selling $45 million worth in 7 years of that doll. How about that? You like dolls? You like child stars? You like $45 million? Well, it's all included in this question. You got 60 seconds to come up with that name. Has anybody responded to Sarah's chat about the king and the gas? I got to go look. Somebody write a new joke and we'll have fun. And we're back. Did you get it? Time's up. You had to answer this one. I see that we did have an ad. Hold on. I was just trying. Unbelievable. I was just saying over here that Sarah's answer to her joke came up. I'm going to provide it to you who aren't looking at the chat as though I came up with the joke. Okay, so it goes, why didn't anyone react when the king farted? And then the answer is, because noble gases don't cause a reaction. Oh, there's an ad. I said that I'm not a puppet, but these ads just keep coming up. So I went and I found a puppet. Here we go. It's the boxing nun puppet. You should play online trivia. Sporcle.com/virtual. Fern has a 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays, and other people do it too. Do you think this is what my voice would be? I'm the boxing nun, and I'm the ad-reading puppet. Can you believe that? She's got sass, the boxing nun puppet. Yeah, I'm not a puppet. All right. I really do love Sporcle.com/virtual, though. I hang out there all the time. I told you about the themes. I'm going to tell you about more. But, yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I got thrown off by that gas joke because it was so funny. You guys ready for the answer to this one? I'm going to tell it to you soon. First, I'm going to drink my non-alcoholic, brightly colored what do they call them? Mocktail. And then you're going to realize that it was a hint to the answer to the question because I'm talking about a Shirley Temple, and that's the doll that it is too, Shirley Temple. You know what story you don't want to hear? About that time when we were all too young to actually drink, and John from Richmond, Virginia, had too many Shirley Temples, and you don't want to ask about the color of his vomit that day. All right, let's move on to question 6. In 2009, The Sweet Life on Deck had a 3-way crossover episode with 2 other Disney Channel original sitcoms. Name either of those other sitcoms. Don't write The Sweet Life on Deck. That's the one that had the 3-way crossover episode. 3-way crossover is an interesting term, but then around it is a Disney theme. So just keep that in mind. You got to name them. One of them. Don't name them both. Just name one. Name either of the other sitcoms that were in that crossover episode. Good luck. Time's up. You know what that means. It's time for the boxing nun to come back. Here we go. How's she center? I want to read an ad. Someone change the slide. Play trivia and win money with our bar partner games. What are our bar partner games? Oh, chill out, puppet. I got this one. The bar partner games are virtual games, but they're actually in partnership. I can't think of a better word. With bars and restaurants where we usually get to host trivia live, and you can actually win gift cards. So we have lots and lots of offerings. Go look, and then that way you can actually be in one of the virtual games with people that you might recognize from right around where you are. So that's just one of the many offerings on Sporcle.com/virtual. You can go there and find if you did those. Like next week, I'm doing one on a Wednesday for some Columbus bars and restaurants, including Endeavor Brewery and Distillery. I never know whether to say distillery or distilling. So yeah, there's another one. Thank you, Boxing Nun, for the intro to that ad. The answer to this question about, what was the question about? I'll tell you what it was about. It was about the Disney Channel. You weren't supposed to write The Sweet Life on Deck, and you weren't supposed to write any attempted guesses in the chat. The only place to write them is in the scoring site, and you would have got credit if you wrote Wizards of Waverly Place in Hannah, Montana. Yes, Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez, TV, along with their musical offerings. Nicely done to many a team on that one. Now I know our crowd loves the Disney Channel. Let's go to number 7. Do they also love signs of the Western Zodiac? We will see. Name one of the 3 signs of the Western Zodiac in which a U.S. federal holiday can never fall. What a fun question. A little crossover knowledge on that. Name one of the 3 signs of the Western Zodiac in which a U.S. federal holiday can never fail. I see somebody in the chat said, I've been in quarantine too long. Can you tell because of how long my beard is? Is that how you can tell? You didn't mean anything else, did you? Getting those corners out the side. So last week was my birthday episode of Sporcle Live on air. Thank you all for attending. If you weren't there, you can go back and watch it. But no one mailed me any gifts. So that means the one and only gift I received, other than, well wishes, which are truly the greatest gift. The only physical gift I got was this beard trimmer from someone close to me, which I take to be a hint. But you know what? I'm in this for the long run. I've been told by the CDC and the WHO that me not shaving is somehow helping. And so I just made that up, but I'm going to believe it. And that's what we're going with. It probably actually is hurting because it probably actually contains my airborne things in here. And then I do okay, but I wear the mask, so it's fine. It's not a big deal. So now I've just talked for this long until that clock shakes about my birthday. So again, watch that episode back and send me a gift. Oh, what's this ad? Oh, it's animated. How do you stack up against, it's still animated, against these nerds? Hold on, let me try that again. Peter, rewind the slide. I really want to do it along with the, okay, are you ready? No, go back even further. Go back further. Okay. All right, guys, we're close to the answer. But first, I've got a question for you. How do you stack up against these nerds? It's YouTube Pop Quiz, Batman, Pop Quiz Friends, Rick and Morty, Stephen King, Star Wars, SpongeBob. Check it out by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Pop, 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 pop. How was that? Peter, just give me a review in my ear real quick. How was that, Reed? He said it was worthy of a spot on Dancing with the Stars. All right, the answer to this question. 3 different Western Zodiacs fall when no federal holidays do. They're Aries, Taurus, and Leo. As you know, because it was my birthday last week, you know that I am a Taurus. And I've always prided myself on the fact that I don't have to be competing against any federal holidays. That's what I always talk about with my birthday. All right, number 8. Surprise! Gilbert, Chandler, and Peoria are suburbs of what major United States city? Surprise. I said it like it was a word, but it's actually a city, which is still a word. Gilbert, Chandler, and Peoria are suburbs of what major U.S. city? I need to just take a breath. You think about the answer. Good luck. Time's up. It does have dual cut blades though. Huh. Maybe I'll try it. No way. Facial hair. Hey, I got another one though. I do like this one. So I want to tell you guys about the themes next week. Somebody was talking about that Disney Channel one. A little different than Disney Channel, but we have Disney animated trivia next Friday. So those tickets will become available for those tomorrow on the website. Disney's always a big day for us next Friday, although it happens on the same day that we're doing U.S. geography themed trivia, which that's my fave. Defending champ. I won it last week. Who's going to come and beat me next Friday? But already on the website for you to get your spot now for tickets are Mean Girls on Monday. That's awesome. It's not even on Wednesday, even though I heard on Wednesday. U.S. history is also on Monday. The Office, always a huge one. The Office on next Tuesday. Do it. Science, awesome. Love the academic ones. Golden Girls, our sports one next week is NFL. I'm playing that one too. Yeah, I'm going to play that one. And then Thursday, we've got see, this one's for you nerds. Avatar, The Last Airbender. Yeah, people are going to be all excited about that, so you better get it early. Sarah in the chat's all about that one. Boy bands and girl groups is also that day. Schitt's Creek on the weekend. We did Schitt's Creek before, and we don't think people knew we were doing it. Now we're going to tell you we're doing it. We're going to see how it is. So again, we got great themes the rest of this week, but next week we got, dare I say, greater themes? I think so. Including our kids trivia a week from this Sunday being Toy Story for Kids. But yeah, go get them all, guys. They're fun. You can even sort the website now by the theme, so it's easier to find out. I love them. That's a week ahead. Let me talk back a week ago when I told you guys about my love of flags, and then I busted out the New Mexico state flag. Well, I got a new flag to bust out for you this time. This one. This is another beautiful state flag. It is the state flag of Arizona. The answer to this question is Phoenix, Arizona. Suburbs include Surprise, Gilbert, Chandler, and Peoria. Peter, I just told him the answer, buddy. There we go. Phoenix, Arizona. It was such a good segue. Peter didn't even catch it. He didn't advance the slide. God. Someone needs to just call Tom Bergeron and tell him how good my segues would be in the dancing. Number 9, which United States state has a 50-state quarter designed by featuring Narragansett Bay and an America the Beautiful quarter design featuring Block Island National Wildlife Refuge? Which U.S. state has remember, because there's multiple quarter series now. You had the 50-state quarter designs. That one for them had Narragansett Bay. And then you got the America the Beautiful designs. That one for this state had Block Island National Wildlife Refuge. Some people shorten that to NWR if you're in the know. You tell me the state, though. Good luck. W Barnhill 3, which I'm just going to guess stands for Walter Barnhill 3. It's not Avatar with the Pandora aliens. No, we're talking about Avatar, The Last Airbender. If you don't know about it, ask Sarah Crawford. She wrote it in all caps in the chat, people, but she's excited. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that's the most excited I've ever seen Sarah Crawford. Otherwise, we've got all kinds of other things. I want to share with you something that I have. This, I was very proud of at one point in time. Let me just hold it up here. This is the 50-state commemorative quarters sleeve. You don't scare me, clock, because I have the comfort of the fact that I collected all of the 50-state quarters. There's like $12-ish in here, guys, worth of fine memories. And so as I look for this one, go ahead and bring up whatever you're going to do. Go orange, remove ads. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Let's see. I found it. Can I show him the answer yet? I'm about to do it. I'm just going to hold it up to the screen. All right. Oh, by the way, hold on. I already talked smack about the ads. Let me bring up somebody who removed the ads so that I can go back to doing none things instead of reading. None things including boxing. I'm a puppet that reads ads. No, Sporcle.com is where Orange actually is there. And you really should subscribe. It's super cheap, and it does take off the ads in Sporcle.com, which we need the ads, or otherwise I couldn't just goof off on YouTube because we wouldn't make any money ever. But you can get rid of them. Instead of us have to put the money towards that, you give us the money by doing Orange. It's cool. There's also upgrades to your avatar, and you get additional stats, which I do love the stats on Sporcle.com. I got one time when they moved where you got to go to see them. I freaked out because I was like, I got to have the stats. All right, are you ready for this quarter? It's I said I found it, but then I forgot. How's alphabetical order work again? Oh, it's not alphabetical order. Here it is. I don't know why I'm holding it up, because you're about to see a slide with it. It's Rhode Island. Rhode Island. Did you guys do this? Did anybody else collect them all? I can't believe I still have this. I can't believe it was readily available next to where I'm currently sitting to grab when I saw that this was the question. What's the next question? Number 10. There's only 1 point value left, so you don't have to think about it even. Let's just mispronounce this on purpose. Clement Attlee. Clement Attlee was the leader of what country from 1945 to 1951? Clement Attlee was the leader of what country from 1945 to 1951? Go ahead. Good luck. After this, it's the mystery round. Can't wait. Nate's talking smack in the chat because he's one of the teams that was left in my wake when we did U.S. geography trivia last week. Remember, sporcle.com/virtual. I'm focusing really hard on the chat over here. I'm trying to figure out what things mean. And you go away and you don't know what's happening anymore, and then you come back and somebody says their grandparents gave me some for my birthday. Are you talking about the quarters? I don't remember what I was even talking about, so I should probably stop talking about it. That's how these things usually go, right? Can't wait to find out what the next ad is. All right, Peter in my ear, the famous Peter. What is it? Sporcle blog, you little rascal. You made a new, oh, what was that? Show us that animation again, Peter. Oh, dropping in. Watch out, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I hope you were the clear version of yourself that things passed through when that thing came through your face. Guys, need I say more? Sporcle.com/blog. That's all I'm telling you. Let's see the answer to this one. Oh, I have another flag. It's the United Kingdom. God save the Queen. I think that's their thing. I got another flag. Look, I have this too. It's one of those. I just have old postcards. This one deserves. I'm putting this one up here. Phone booth. Yeah. That's Spain, though. That's a different country. The answer is the United Kingdom. You guys ready for the mystery round? Let's do it. The mystery round is a four-parter where each part is worth 2 points. Today is one of my favorite mystery rounds. It's called Twisted Titles. This one happens to be Music Edition. And so what Twisted Titles is... Oh, I love this one. All right, follow along. We give you a hint, and you have to think about something that would go by that. But then there's a little twist. And you got to think about one letter to change in the main thing that'll get you the answer. So I got an example for you here. All of the ones in this particular one have to do with Billy Joel hits. All right. So for example, if I said in 1977, Billy Joel hit it big with a song about virtuous people telling mistruths during their youth, that would maybe remind you of a real Billy Joel song, but then you'd be like, something's a little off. And you're right, it is a little bit off. Because instead of the song title, which is actually Only the Good Die Young, the little twist in there is about, not telling the truth. And then you got Only the Good Lie Young. So again, think about a real Billy Joel song that might be included in what's being described. And then think about how you could change one letter in one of the words to end up getting the true answer. Okay, this is fun. Here we go. All of these are worth 2 points, so you can earn up to 8. The first one. It was 9 o'clock on a Saturday when Billy Joel wrote a hit song about his experiences in a city just north of Dallas. Cassie, our score, is near Dallas. Now you know about that. Again, the first part, it was 9 o'clock. Forget it. Let's move on to the second part. Billy used a string of pop culture references to sing about how he never began watching a certain 2000s HBO series. I'll bring up the slide that has all 4 of these at the end, and I really will stop talking so that you can think about them because there's a lot to think about here. In 1978, Billy had a hit with a song about Elizabeth Weber Small, although if he had waited several years, it could have been about Christy Brinkley. And part 4 of this one, the first track on his 1971 debut album, one of Billy's early love songs, is about the movement of a dog's rear appendage. All 4 of those on the screen, all 4 of them have to do with Billy Joel. They require you to think about a Billy Joel song title and then think about changing one letter in the title. Cassie's running the scores. She's got to really have to pay attention to that one letter that you change to match the new thing that is being described here. 2 points for each of them. I promised I would go away. We'll wait a little bit to start the 60-second clock, but not that long. Good luck. I'm glad I'm not the only one that collected all the quarters. I'm looking at the chat. Guys, I think we got to do the 60-second clock. Put it on the screen, Peter. Make them start to feel rushed. Oh, there was plenty of chat in the chat about the quarters. Oh, you guys are fancy, getting all the versions. Carol got in that. She knows. Carol knows about those quarters. And I see some of us are a little confused by Billy Joel. I mean, I would pause the clock if I could, guys, but there's just not that much time left. So make sure you submit those so that Cassie can score them. Another 10 seconds. So, I have a new, the answers should all be in, by the way. So, whatever the ad is, you can bring it up. I'm not going to talk about it. So, the chat, but it is my favorite. So, my first concert was Billy Joel. Look, I have the CD. It was this tour. I don't know if it was this tour, but I just have the CD. The River of Dreams. Yeah, how about that? Hopefully you got all your answers in, and now you know that I have cred to ask about Billy Joel. But what I want to ask you in the chat is, what was your first concert? What was it? Was it as cool as Billy Joel? Because mine was at Ohio Stadium, one of the largest stadiums in the world. And Elton John was there too. That's a pretty good first concert. Thanks, Mom. What was yours? I'm going to just stare until somebody answers. There. Sarah said Willie Nelson. Nice. That's a good one too. Although it took me quite a few concerts until I discovered that some concerts have a lot of, I don't know, certain aromatic smoke at them that you have to plan ahead on what you wear. Otherwise, you will reek of it. So it sounds like Sarah learned that right after her first concert. Let's see, what else? My wife was Brandy. Now, I don't... Like, you were married to Brandy, Travis? You were married to Brandy? You were Ray J's brother-in-law? Devo, that'd be a good one. I heard from one of the other hosts that Devo is making... they're releasing their masks for people to wear out now with the thing and the thing. If you know, you know. And Anthony knows, because he's all about the Devo. Richard Mark, Brandon Ridner, I love it. I love it. I'm just enjoying reading these. Cassie's been done scoring for a long time. She is the fastest that we've had do this so far. She's doing a great job. Give her a hand out there, because she's the one that's in charge of giving you credit and that little green check mark when you earn it. Now, she won't give it to you when you don't earn it, because she is fair, I tell you. But great job tonight, Cassie. We're one more question away for her. One more question away from you. And yeah, keep the concerts coming. Yeah, I watched Billy Joel and Elton John in whatever year it was at the Ohio Stadium Horseshoe here in Columbus. Lots and lots of people with me. Let's go over the answers to these ones, these Billy Joel songs. Again, my favorite song was River of Dreams. Did that have anything to do with any of these? Well, we'll find out. The first one didn't. This one was The Piano Man turned into Plano Man, Plano, Texas. You barely even had to change the letter. You just had to fill in the dot and the rest of the I. And then it would be an L. Plano Man. Gosh, that was hard to say. Change the slide so I can say something else. With this one, we got a little, come on. Pop culture references, there's only one song for that. And it is We Didn't Start the Fire. But in this case, we didn't start the wire. Me either, Billy. I never started it. People keep telling me I should watch it, though, which is partly why I didn't do it. Because I don't do things people tell me. Number 3. In 1978, Billy had a hit with a single about Elizabeth Weber Small. I think what we were doing there is talking about people Billy was married to, because then we referenced Chrissy Brinkley. So instead of my life, it was my wife. Oh, that's funny. Look at his hair. He would have not been getting a haircut during the quarantine. And then the 4th part, one more to go here. It's not going to be River of Dreams, which again, favorite song, love songs that have long pauses in the middle of them. No, this one is She's Got a Way turned into She's Got a Wag. Wag that tail. From now on, I'm never going to call it a tail again. I'm just going to call it rear appendage. All right, so you could have earned 8 points on that one. It is final question time. You are going to make a wager between 0 and 20, Jeopardy style, except that we don't let you wager all your points. The most you can wager is 20, assuming that you have 20. And if you get it right, you gain it. If you get it wrong, you lose it. I think you have access to the scoreboard and the scoring site right now. So all kinds of standing strategies you can come up with, but hopefully you've already decided, or at least you're waiting until you see the category of musicals. So make that wager. We should at least a second for you guys to make your wager. So let's bring back Boxing Nun. She's got no ad to read, but she just wanted to say hello and show you guys the right cut. Yeah, jab, I should say. Look at that jab. Coming right at you. Watch out. Have I stalled long enough? Did you guys make your wager? Who's about to knock out the competition? Oh, good one, Nun. Although I used my voice, not yours for that one. I'm going to tell you the final question. If you haven't made your wager yet, do it already. Since 1960, there have been 5 movie musicals that have won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Name 2 of those 5. Don't write more than 2. Just write 2. The only way Cassie behind the scenes is going to give you credit on this one is if you write 2 and both of them are correct. Again, since 1960s, there have been 5 movie musicals that have won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Name 2 of those 5. Don't write more, or you won't get credit. Don't write less, or you won't get credit. Only 60 seconds. I'll shut up so you can think. Time is already up, guys. That's the end of our episode. I'm going to tell you about some future episodes right now while Cassie scores all these. If you're a little delayed, you got to submit right now. So the ad this time is what we're actually doing. So this is what I said at the top of the show. Things are going to be a little different next week. So Sporcle Live on air. You're watching it right now at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on a Thursday. Next week, that's not on the schedule. Next week, if you want to watch it live, which of course you can watch any of the episodes not live, go back and watch that one where I kept changing sports uniforms. That was a riot. But they're not just about me. We have all kinds of great hosts. And on Monday, we're going to have Reed come back. And Reed is going to do Sporcle Live on air on Monday here on YouTube, as you know and love. But I'm going to actually be back on Tuesday at 7 Eastern. And I'm not going to be on YouTube. Tuesday at 7 Eastern, we're going to try Sporcle Live on air on Facebook. So you got to go like Sporcle Live on Facebook, like Sporcle in general on Facebook, like our Facebook pages, and you're going to see us there. So Sporcle Live on air next Tuesday with Fern is not a Thursday edition, it is a Tuesday edition. Watch that after you watch Mondays, which, by the way, Mondays, given that it is Memorial Day, it'll be themed holidays. So Monday is holiday trivia with Reed on Monday. And then on Wednesday next week at 7 Eastern, we're going to try Twitch. We're going to put Sporcle Live on air on Twitch. 7 Eastern, so come back and check that out. I'd love to know in the chat, who should we be getting to host these? Who have you seen episodes of that you love? Don't say you didn't love anybody. I'm not asking anybody to be mean in there. Just tell me who you did like. I've loved them all. I'm very happy to be associated with the people that are in there. Enough that I'm going to keep talking about it until I give you your final answer. So if you watched back last week, I think last night Billie Jean did a sitcoms one. That was great. Should we get Billie Jean back on here? Selena and Hannah co-hosted the other night. Even though it was only one episode, it was as long as 3 episodes. Go back and watch that one. It was very fun. They did a great job despite the length of the episode and the technical difficulties. But we've had all kinds of great hosts. Sarah and Brandon are 2 great hosts that we've had. They're both, I know, watching this right now. Brandon did a Disney one with Rachel. So give me some feedback in the chat, however you want to do it. You guys have been watching these. You might as well let your opinions be heard, because I may or may not have something to do with getting those people back in line. So I want to bring on plenty of new hosts, but I also want to bring back some of your favorites. Bybee, Emma, Samantha. We've had plenty of good ones along the way. Alan has done some, and those are just the ones that have done Sporcle Live formats. We've had Chris and Dennis and Fallon, among others, doing the stump formats. So I know I didn't say every single name, which sounds like a jerk, because I just didn't write them all down. But you tell me who you've enjoyed, and we'd love to get them back. I have the list right there. Who did I forget? I think I did a pretty good job. Mark? I think one week there was someone not named John, but Sarah just told me his name was John. So anyway, let's get to this final answer. I've said enough. You tell me about Sporcle Live on air and who we should get. And remember, next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which, by the way, that's early enough that you could watch Sporcle Live on air and then the same night go play sporcle.com/virtual, which really would be a lot of fun. Like, honestly, that would be a very cool thing to do. I asked you for the musicals that have since 1960, there have been 5 movie musicals that have won the Academy Award for Best Picture. You had to name 2 of them. One of them you could have written was West Side Story. Is its new one going to win again? We'll see. Another one you could have said was My Fair Lady. 2, some people maybe have already got there. Let's go with another one. The Sound of Music. 2 more. Oliver and Chicago. There are the 5. Yeah, that's what it all came down to. You had to write 2 of those 5. I'm ready to, guys, tell you a winner. Again, Cassie is so good at getting those scores in today. Great job to her. I gave Peter a hard time. Peter does a great job on these each and every time. I like you imagining. Next week, I'm going to ask you to just make up fake stories about Peter, given that you don't even know what he looks like or what his sense of humor is. You'll only have to learn that when he's on Dancing with the Stars. Your winner is, they're excited in England. They're excited in Arizona. They're excited at the River of Dreams. The winner is... Doc Hudson! They all saw it before I announced it, probably. Nice job. Oh, Doc Hudson, you're back at it again, you sneaky trivia rascal, you. Nice job to him. I hope he plays some Billy Joel to wind down this evening and toast himself to victory. Are you a himself, or do you have teammates with you? We're excited. That's one of the many teams we're excited to see each and every week. Guys, I'll see you next... I almost said... Nope. Let me reword that. I hope to see you while I am hosting trivia next Tuesday. Yeah, some of you know what I just tried to avoid there. Yeah, that's where I'll be. Hoping you'll be there too. It'll be on Facebook. Monday is YouTube at 7 Eastern. Tuesday is Facebook at 7 Eastern. Wednesday is Twitch at 7 Eastern. Go follow Sporcle Live on all of those formats, and we'll play a little trivia next week. Congrats again to our winner. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Thanks for putting up with me. I'm going to go take a nap because it's really exhausted me. Adios, and thanks for Shirley Temple's responsibly.